When I started playing this, I thought, holy crap, this is like a love letter to either Isaac Newton or M.C. Escher. And then I kept playing, and I found out, holy crap, that's actually what it is! The bridge is one of the coolest game concepts I've seen in a long time. And it doesn't hurt that, it's a pretty good game, too. So, history lesson for those of us who didn't pay attention in science and art. Newton discovered gravity, Escher discovered that steps look really cool when you paint them on the ceiling. This game is about those two, and it bridges them together into a puzzle game that's simultaneously beautiful and brilliant and baffling, also black and white, maybe boring if you want to be a dick about it. The bridge starts off with a pretty obvious homage to Newton. You're sitting under an apple tree, gravity happens. The man wakes up and walks into his home, but not without your help. Along the way, we're introduced to the game's single mechanic. You push the shoulder buttons to rotate the world in either direction, thus letting gravity work its magic. So really, all you do is walk and rotate, but it's precisely that simplicity that allows the game's magnificent complexity to shine. The brilliance of each puzzle is that, you can only do a few things. You can walk, rotate, and rewind time. So the solutions are right in front of you, and yet there you are, just staring at these puzzles, formulating hypotheses and predicting gravity and doing all kinds of geometry and math. It's an ingenious game, and all with a few buttons and an analog stick. And as you'd expect, the bridge throws in plenty of twists and turns along the way. There are only about 50 puzzles, but each series introduces new concepts. So first you're just dealing with basic gravity and momentum. Then the game introduces these vortexes, which can only be turned off when the level is turned at a certain angle. So you're avoiding those, right? But then you realize, maybe those hideous vortexes are actually useful, and you start to use them and manipulate them. And that's just the beginning. So the gameplay is great. This is a genuinely challenging and immensely satisfying puzzle game. But the bridge's style is half the story. And the cool thing is, it's as functional as it is pretty. The game just screams M.C. Escher, with the black and white drawings and those trademark stairs all over the place. It's like you're actually playing one of his lithographs somehow. And again, it's not just that it looks awesome. That style is also what defines the level designs. So it's form and function. So what about smudge marks, right? What does the game get wrong? Well, there are occasional difficulty spikes when the puzzles seem to jump from obvious to, alright, how the hell's anyone supposed to do this? That kind of sucks. Of course, trial and error plays a huge role, which turns some people off. If you can't visualize the solution, your only option is to start experimenting and dying, figuring out what works and what doesn't. And usually, I'm not big on trial and error either, but for some reason, I think it actually works here. Maybe it's because I feel like I'm doodling on a sheet of paper, and I can just erase things and try again. Maybe it's the mathematic nature of it all that makes me feel like I'm working on homework or something. I don't know, but being wrong is okay in the bridge. It's just part of the process that leads to being right. I think it's a sad commentary on the state of video games that, publishers are spending millions and millions trying to make these big Hollywood productions with realistic graphics, but they're completely outclassed in both style and substance by this simple, colorless puzzle game. Big budgets don't make great games. Big ideas do. And as small as this bridge may be, it's built with some seriously big ideas.